Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, we are taking a look at a Chavez knife. This is a Chaves Redencion, but this is a Blue Label Redención. Now, if you aren't familiar, a Blue Label Redención is basically their budget version of the Chavez models. Of course, his regular red label knives, that's pretty much their standard line. They also have the black label, which are more sort of limited special edition knives. This is a blue label. So you get a Redencion with more budget-friendly steel, handle material, that type of thing. Instead of titanium, you're looking at an aluminum handle. Steel liners, though. It does have steel liners, but aluminum handle and D2 steel on this one. And you know what? I mean, I've held a few Chavez knives, Redencions specifically, and I tell you what, same quality. This is a very, very well-made knife. It's just with more affordable materials on it. And the build quality on this knife is absolutely fantastic. So like I said, you've got an aluminum handle, and we do have a little bit of, it feels like we've got some very minute texturing going on that aluminum. It's decent. It's got a decent grip to it. It is a little slippery, but not bad at all. Now, of course, you've got Chavez's X-Lock going on. That is their version of the crossbar lock, of course. You've got fairly open construction. You do have a back spacer, which covers maybe, probably about 30%. So there is a back spacer there. Now, you will notice that this one came with a plain clip, if you will. It doesn't have that traditional Chavez skull clip on it. That doesn't mean it doesn't come with one. It absolutely does. It's right here in the package. You still get the skull clip. It's just the fact that I did not put it on because, for me, I don't find the skull clip very comfortable in hand. This one is way more comfortable for me, so I just left it on. Like I said, I've seen, some red label Redencions and with the skull clip, and this clip is just much more comfortable for me. That's the only reason it's on there. And if you know me, watch the channel, ergos are probably one of my big thing. Overall construction, as I mentioned before, is very good. Absolutely 100%. It is very well done, well-made knife. The action is fantastic. Now you've got this coated drop point. This is a drop point version, of course. The drop point D2 blade steel on this one. You've got the Chavez maker's mark there. And looky there. The thumb studs are pretty much out of the cutting and sharpening path, which is pretty darn good. I definitely like that. Nice. Jumps out there. Super smooth on that X-Lock. Holy cow, that X-Lock is smooth. All around, it's a Chavez knife. Just a little bit more affordable one, which I am definitely digging. And that was the whole reason I wanted to take a look at this one. I wanted to get it in hand, see, did I expect anything less? Not really. Not coming from Chavez knives. It's the standard is there no matter whether it's red label, blue label. It's the standard is definitely there. Very nice. Very, well, I'll just tell you right now, it's really comfortable. Really comfortable in hand, but super smooth. Super smooth action. So overall, what do we got? Well, let's see here. We are looking at, overall, we're looking at about 7 1/4 inches. Handle is pushing 4 1/4. I measure the blade. It might be just over 3. And then your cutting edge is pretty much going to fall right at that 3-inch mark. Overall grip length. Oh, look at that. 3.5 inches. You guys know I am absolutely digging that. The 3.5 inch with that nice, it just cradles. absolutely cradles my hand for sure. So, well, I'll just tell you right now, I'm telling you Blue Label, I'm telling you budget, right? This one comes in at $85. Now, I know some of you are probably going to say, well, it's aluminum and D2. Yeah, it's a Chavez knife. I'm 85 is probably about as good as you're going to get coming from Chavez, just because, well, I tell you what, the make, the quality is fantastic. Now, I get it. If you don't agree with me, you don't agree with me, and that's fine. But I'm not surprised. And $85 is better than $250, $300, what some of them run. So there you go. Up against the bug out. It's pretty much bug out-ish size. Actually, the bug out might be just a little bit longer from the looks of it. And then, of course, we'll get the PM2 in there. PM2 is a much larger knife for sure. Get a weight on it. 3.7 ounces or 106 grams. I can't say enough about how smooth that X-Lock is. It is really nice. In the pocket, definitely. Now, it's not deep carry, as you can tell. You've got a little, you will have fairly close, not quite, I don't think it's quite a ½ inch, maybe 3/8, but you will have some sticking out of your pocket for sure. That's where it comes in. It's got great retention, terrific retention on the seam of your jeans. So, overall, like I said, I wanted to get this Blue Label Chavez in hand to see if the quality, is there. Did I expect it to be? Absolutely. Is it? 100%. It's just, it's not titanium, it's aluminum, it's not Elmax or something like that. It's D2 steel. So, definitely the overall build quality, without a question. The action is absolutely fantastic. There, I dicked it up. There you go. And the big thing for me is comfort. That's the whole reason why I left this clip on and did not put the skull clip. The skull clip just kind of hits me a little bit wrong. But this handle is perfect. Perfect. For me, that 3.5 inches jumps in there really well. Now, it's got some pretty wide jimping on there. It still grips pretty well. I've had cases where that wide jimping with a coated blade really doesn't do anything. It's just more for looks. This does grab pretty well. I'm trying to push, and if I really try to force my thumb, it's actually uncomfortable. But if I'm just using it, it's fine. Absolutely just fine. If I really try to force my thumb to slide, well, that's not going to work. But overall, I am super, super glad that I picked this knife up. Is it going to stay in my collection? I don't know yet, to be perfectly honest with you. I haven't made that decision. I picked this one up, bought it because I wanted to check it out. I don't know. I might turn around and sell it. I might keep it. I haven't made up my mind yet. So there you go. If you're interested, reach out. You never know. Anything's for sale for the right price, right? But very, very glad, like I said, I picked this one up to check out. And you know what else? I'm very glad you stopped by to check it out with me. Guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. As always, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.